And we're live. Good morning. It's Laura here from Be Modern Meditation. Just let people into our Zoom room. Hey guys, how you doing? Good morning. It's a beautiful. Now the sky is changing now, but when I first came out here a few minutes ago, the sky's got all this lovely, we had this lovely red pinky glow. It's gone a bit more kind of orangey now, a bit grey over that way, so we won't focus on that way. But yes, it's a lovely morning to be outside. The birds are going crazy, so we've got a lovely backdrop today. And in today's meditation, we're going to be doing an open awareness practice. And what that means is that when generally in day-to-day life, with our thoughts, the sensations in our body, our emotions, we have sort of two things happen with them. Either we get so caught up in them that we can't really pay attention to what's happening, that almost like they interrupt the things. So maybe you've got chronic pain, or you have thoughts that just go round and round in your mind, or anxiety, and it feels like you're walking around and you're not really involved in the things that you're doing because you're really lost in your own mind. Or we kind of hold them at arm's length and we spend a lot of energy just keeping them at bay because we're just not able to make space for them, and it feels like it would be really hard to really feel that discomfort of what those things are. And either of those things can lead us to doing things that we don't want to do, like eating the wrong things, binging on Netflix, scrolling on our phones too much, not doing things because it feels too hard, and basically impacts on our quality of life. So being able to have a different relationship with our thoughts, so that, and the sensations of our body and our emotions, so that whatever comes up, we know that actually we can make space for it, that we can sit with it, and we'll be able to cope, and we'll be able to, the reality is often that the thought of sitting with our thoughts and our emotions is much harder than the reality. And so in an open awareness practice, we're not doing anything special really. We're just opening space and saying, actually, for this meditation, I don't need to empty my mind. I don't need to my body to be not creaking at me. I can actually just be with whatever comes up. And so we do that with a really gentle technique of just noting whatever comes up. So we'll guide into our body, as often we often do, using our body, because into this moment using our body, because our body can only be in this moment. It can't be in the past or the future. It's right now. So it helps us to stay right here. And then we'll move into the breath, and then we'll just allow whatever comes up, and we'll just gently note in our mind, if we get carried away by a thought, as soon as we notice that's happened, that's just thinking. We'll just gently note it as thinking until that thought drifts away. Now, it might take lots of labels, it might take one or two, and it doesn't matter. It's just about softly and gently just noting whatever's the most obvious at any time. And by doing that, we actually down-regulate that part of our brain that wants to be reactive, because we start to suddenly experience, oh, something comes up, and I don't have to react. I don't have to feel something because of that thought. I don't have to take action because of that thought. I can just experience, it's just a thought. It's not part of me. It's separate from the core of who I am. And there's something really empowering about that. So that's the practice we're going to do today. And it's one of the core practices that I do with my members, and is building this capacity to do this. And over time, we build the amount of time that we sit in that silence of just noting what's coming up, so that it's almost like building a muscle, that we gradually increase our stamina for being in our own minds. So whatever your experience is exactly right. So if your mind is full and it feels tricky, that's okay. And if your mind becomes still, because sometimes when we allow thoughts, we open the doors to the guest house and we let them in, sometimes weirdly the thoughts disappear and we can't find anything to note. So whatever your experience is, just trust that it's exactly what you need. And I'll just check, all good over on Facebook. Always nice when that happens. So close down your eyes for now and just find in your posture the place between active and relaxed. So we don't want to be so relaxed that we're falling back to sleep if you're doing this first thing in the morning. And we also don't want to be holding it so tight and concentrating so hard that our body's rigid. So just that middle space. And then if thoughts arise in the mind during the meditation, just gently come back to the practice wherever we are. So first of all, as there's so much birdsong here this morning, we'll begin by almost casting a net to see what we can hear. So just opening your awareness to the sounds in your environment or in mine, and the sounds that you can hear in the background here. So without trying to get into a conversation with the mind about what the sounds are or whether they're good or bad, and just noticing sounds. You might notice when you pay attention to sounds that something comes into your awareness and it becomes the most obvious sound, and then you suddenly notice that there's another sound and that your mind has moved on. So just allow that rising and falling of the sounds. And then we'll gradually move more inwardly to our body, and we'll take our attention to the feel of our legs in the chair. So notice your feet on the floor. Feel the weight of the legs and how the weight of the legs travels down to the feet. Or if you're lying in bed, sitting up, just feel the weight of the legs through the whole of the back of the legs. Notice how there's almost a sense of grounding ourselves through the feet to the legs, connecting us to our weight, our presence in this moment. We can feel the solidity of our own body. There's something comforting in that. And if the mind wanders and doesn't want to be in this moment, that's okay. Just gently bring it back each time it wanders off. Noticing the sit bones and the weight distributing across either side. Notice if you register any discomfort. And just notice. No need to change anything or do anything. And then notice the hands in the lap, the weight of the arms against the body. Noticing how you can feel the weight of the hands and the arms on the leg and against the side of the body. And maybe just like with the legs, we can become aware of the solidity of our own body, that substance. Maybe also noticing that whilst we're aware of our body, we're also aware of the space around it. That our awareness extends beyond our own physical body. And noticing the chest, that center of the body, that heart space. Noticing if there's a warmth, a pulsing of the heart. And allowing that awareness to drop down to the belly. So your whole body is in your awareness now. Noticing your physical self. Maybe there's tension in parts of the body. Maybe there's parts of the body that you notice more moment by moment. Sensation in the leg or tension in the jaw or the forehead. And just allow yourself to be with the sensations of your body. And noticing the gentle rising and falling of the breath as you do. And if the mind's wandered, Just bringing it back with no judgment or effort. There's no pass or fail. And we'll open our awareness now and imagining that we're opening the doors to whatever comes up and arises in the mind and the body. Noticing if that, even the thought of allowing things in feels difficult or there's danger in doing that. But know that at any moment you can just come back to the feel of the breath rising and falling in your body. At any time there's that anchor point, the body's breathing, and you can just watch the rising and falling. So as we open our awareness and allow the sensations or thoughts, whatever arises, we're just gently noting in our mind what they are. So if a sound becomes the most obvious thing in your awareness, just gently label it hearing. 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 And if there's sensations in the body that become the most prominent, just labeling it sensation. 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 Maybe you're aware of the breath as a sensation, or the feel of your body sitting in the chair, the hip or the knee, or some part of the body that's asking for your attention. And just labeling it sensation and allowing it to be in your awareness without needing to push it away or change it. And then thoughts. When thoughts arise, that's okay. The brain is just doing what it's meant to do and thinking. We're just noting thinking, thinking, thinking without getting carried away by the thoughts or needing to stay with them, but allowing them to be there for as long as they want. And we'll have some silence to just gently note sensation, hearing, thinking, whatever arises. And I'll guide you back when it's time. And gently come back to that anchor point of the breath. Noticing the rising and falling of the belly and the body. Letting go of whatever experience you had as we opened the awareness. And just coming back to a sense of your body breathing moment by moment. Your body's just breathing and you're just watching. Rising and falling. And we'll take 3 deeper than usual breaths. So breathing in through the nose all the way down to the belly and then slowly releasing it out of the nose and the way out. So let's breathe in and then breathe out. Breathing in all the way down to the belly. And breathing out. And final time. And let the breath find its natural rhythm. And when you're ready, just gently wiggling the fingers and the toes. And just coming back to the room that you're in. And before you race off into your day, see if inviting you to notice 3 things that you can see right now in your room or the space around you. And then notice 3 things that you can hear right now. And then finally, 3 things that you can feel in your body right now, sensations of your body. And that checking in to things that you can see, hear, and feel, it can be a really useful micro moment in your day to just bring yourself back to your body, back to your senses, and back to this moment. So give it a try through your day today. See if if you suddenly feel like you need to come back, that you're in your mind and you're lost in your mind, just come back to those 3 things. 3 things you can see, 3 things you can hear, and 3 things you can feel in your body. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow at 2:15 for another live meditation. Have a great day.